Right now, there's a lot of noise around AI and game development. Debates, strong opinions, fear, excitement. I didn't want to make a video about that. I wanted to see what actually happens when you use AI in a real project. My last video was announcing my new game, Claws Flight. It's a simple game with a silly premise, not because I wasn't taking it seriously, but because it wasn't just a game. It was an experiment. I wanted to know how far I could push AI as a programming assistant, not as a shortcut, not as a replacement, but as part of my normal workflow. When making a new game, there's always a lot of the same work. Menus, systems, boilerplate. That's where AI's tools promise the most. I've been using an assistant called Bezi, designed specifically for Unity, the engine I've worked in for years. You describe what you want, code appears, things move. And early on, it feels incredible. Systems came together faster than usual. Movement, input, camera logic. Momentum builds quickly when friction disappears. For prototyping, that speed is real. This wasn't my first time working with AI. Years ago, I made a game based entirely on a ChatGPT-generated idea. It was silly, but it taught me something. Creativity is hard to force. Having something to bounce ideas off of helps. AI doesn't judge, it doesn't get tired, and it always gives you something to react to. That part works. But code isn't just creative, it's structural. Every decision locks something in, and early success can hide long-term problems. As the project grew, things started to feel off. I had to spend more time testing, then more time figuring out why something wasn't working. Because I wasn't writing as much of the code myself, I didn't always understand the nuance of what was happening. Sometimes the AI assumed I wanted behavior I didn't. Other times it gave me solutions that were simply wrong. And in the worst cases, it generated code that relied on outdated or deprecated systems. I intentionally avoided stepping in to rewrite things. I needed to see how well the AI could handle this on its own. But that testing took longer. As the AI worked, its context grew larger, and larger context meant longer processing time. That's a trade-off that's baked into programming with AI. Worse still, waiting didn't guarantee success. Even when the AI processed error messages on its own, it would sometimes leave problems unresolved, especially errors that don't surface clearly in the console. AI is fantastic at certain things. Boilerplate, scaffolding, tools. It lowers the barrier to experimentation, but it doesn't understand your project. You do. This is where the broader conversation around AI gets complicated. Not because AI makes bad games, but because it changes where the work happens. What you automate, what you understand, and what you're responsible for. AI didn't ruin my project, and it didn't magically finish it either. Claws Flight exists because of a balance. AI helped me move faster, but every important decision still came back to me. That's why the real question around AI in game development isn't whether it should exist. It's whether people using it still understand what they're making. Because AI doesn't feel the consequences of bad decisions. You do. And for now, that's where I think AI belongs. Not as a creator, but as a tool. Only as powerful as the person using it. Soon enough, there will be no games made without AI influence. And there will be good and bad from that. But I really do hope that it will empower some developers too scared to program their dream game on their own, to make something, anything, close to their dream. If you want to see the future of Claws Flight or whatever weird experiment I try next, hit subscribe. If you've got thoughts on AI, game dev, or this whole mess, the comments are open.